Hello everybody, welcome to astraeakeva. I am Ao. This is day number 144 of my 365 days of art, and yet again I'm sketching. I kept thinking about painting, so for the next couple of days I will be painting. It's just that painting takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. I enjoy painting personally more than I enjoy sketching, but it takes a lot of energy and a lot of time. So that's what I've been doing. I already started painting a few of my sketches, and it has been a fun process. I honestly didn't know how it's gonna go, especially when I started doing more sketches, because it's been years since I focused more on bettering my sketches basically. So that's kind of why I just like keep going and all of that. One thing I realized, which is something I want to talk about in today's video, is that you kind of have to start listening to your own intuition. I have to say this because when I first started creating digital art, I started using a program called Medibang Paint. I, for one, hold a very high praise for Medibang Paint, and I don't see any problem with it. The only difference between Medibang Paint and other really well-known drawing softwares like Photoshop, and especially Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint, is that they have the liquify tool. And so Medibang doesn't have the liquify tool. So I thought, and also I studied graphic design, so I do a lot of graphic design work, so I use Photoshop. And I started drawing on Photoshop, and it was a fun process. I mean, I enjoyed using all the features of Photoshop, but I ran into a problem. Both software problem, as well as just my internal heart problem. For almost the past month, I have been seeing how my sketches look on Medibang Paint, and also my paintings look on Medibang Paint compared to Photoshop. And there is a stark difference. Most of my latest sketches that you see are on Medibang, and the sketches that you might see on my other channel, the first channel I had, were on Photoshop. And I personally like my Medibang Paint sketches more than I like my Photoshop sketches. I've done everything. I've done research. Maybe there's something wrong with my pen pressure on my tablet. Maybe there's something wrong with my settings, because I would switch off the pen pressure and all of that, and it just didn't work. I don't know what. I really had no idea what was going on. I still don't know what is going on with Photoshop and why my sketches look so stiff. My sketch work looks very stiff. It doesn't look sketchy, because I do enjoy my sketch works looking like I drew them with pencil, for example, right? And so I came from Medibang to Photoshop, and I used to sketch on Medibang, and I knew that Medibang had like the pencil tool, pencil brushes, which is the one that I'm using right now, and also some of the paint brushes, like the square watercolor brush. I had to invent a square brush on Photoshop. It doesn't paint the same, but it got its job done, I guess. So with that being said, I switched back to Medibang, and you'll notice in my latest artworks that I'm painting on Medibang Paint, simply because I enjoy it. The pen, maybe it's because I did hyper realistic art with pencils for almost 6 years, so I get the same feeling as when I did traditional art, also I taped on my tablet. I taped a piece of paper on my tablet. And it feels like I'm drawing on paper. So that's kind of what happened. I still use Photoshop for my graphic design work. I do a lot of mock-ups for wallpapers and graphic design elements for like social media sites and stuff like that. But when it came to my art, I kind of had to make that choice. I'm just gonna use Medibang paint. I'm just gonna use Medibang paint to do most of my artwork, because the painting process, I'm not stressed anymore. I'm not trying to figure out what to do anymore. And also, I have so much to say about this, but my laptop isn't that old. But like the startup time of both Photoshop and Clip Studio took forever. And actually, my laptop has crashed a few times using Photoshop and Clip Studio. And I just had to be like, okay, this is the end. I'm going back to Medibang. So I'm going to focus more on my art on Medibang and do the rest of my graphic design work. Well, for my graphic design work, I use both Photoshop and I would go on Canva more than I would go on Photoshop. Canva is like a graphic design website, and it also has a desktop app. So I tend to use that for my graphic design, and sometimes even mock-ups for my graphic design work. But yeah, that's my little story of why I'm using Medibang Paint. I'm stress-free right now. I'm much more happier right now. I don't have to worry about the laptop taking forever just to open the program. I can close and open the program multiple times a day, and I don't have any issues. I tried to ask somebody in IT, and they were like, well, I don't know what's wrong with your Photoshop, because there's nothing wrong with my laptop. So I don't know. I really don't know. So I'll just keep with Medibang, and it's free. Medibang is free, so although I did still pay for Photoshop. But yeah, that's kind of my little story of why I'm using Medibang Paint a lot these days. But I still have my Photoshop brushes. Most of my brushes have been adapted from my Medibang brushes, so you can use them on the same purpose basically. What else? I do convert my Medibang files into Photoshop files, and I can open it in Photoshop whenever I want to kind of edit it and all of that. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, that is all for today's little talk. The little talk I had. I wouldn't say it's a complaint, but it's just a tiny talk. But yeah, that is all. I will see you guys in the next video. Probably another sketch, because I want to paint a lot. So I'm going to sketch something, and then I'm going to use most of my time to paint some nice paintings. And I will probably incorporate some of my artwork in my graphic design work. So I will announce it on my social media pages, where my art and graphic design are linked together, and you can check it out. But yeah, that is all for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I want to hear from my subscribers and what they think about my content, or what type of content they would like to see in the future as well. I really want to hear what people are interested in as well. So without losing myself in the process, definitely I'm not doing that. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think. And what else? Yeah, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Yeah, the things that everybody needs to do. But I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.
I don't wanna sound cliche, think about you every single day. I don't know what went wrong. I've wanted you for way too long. I just gotta face the truth that you don't feel the same. You don't feel the same. You don't feel the same. Don't want your sympathy. You don't feel the same. All I wanted was to say you're flawless. She's harder to read than the stars. I thought we had something, but I keep guessing. I can't tell if it's really a spark. Am I relapsing from a teenage dream? Or are you just clueless? Are you just clueless? I don't know about you, but I'm tripping over things to say. I don't wanna sound cliche,